Hello everyone, on this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show, we're going to talk about the Raw Ring Report, the SmackDown Ring Report, Impact Report, and Hot Topics. We're going to talk about what's going on with WWE, with their business profile, their Mixed Match Challenge, and everything you need to know. That is Hot Topic. The Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome again to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kendra Dix. Use the hashtag PSW, standing letter for Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect TV. Alright, let's get to a lot of news information on wrestling. Let's go right now to the Raw Ring Report. Alright, on the Raw Ring Report this week, Kurt Angle, the Raw General Manager, made a huge announcement that Nia Jax will face Asuka one-on-one at Elimination Chamber. Asuka, the Royal Rumble winner. But there's an added caveat to this match. If Nia Jax pins the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow, Nia Jax will then be added to the main event at WrestleMania with Asuka, and whoever leaves the Raw Women's Champion in that first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match for the championship. So could Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Sasha Banks, or Bayley, one of those 6 women will enter the chamber. One of them will leave out as either the Raw Women's Champion. So we'll find out who's gonna face Asuka at the match. Roman Reigns and The Miz. Now those two ain't no strange to each other, as Roman Reigns trying to recoup, getting some championship pursuit, as Miz regained his from Roman Reigns at the Raw 25th anniversary. But Reigns and Miz won respective matches, earned themselves a spot in the chamber, and they will join John Cena, Elias, and Braun Strowman and another person in the #1 contender spot to meet Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the championship for the Universal title. So next week, the losers of those matches, Matt Hardy, Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, and that dude now, Elias, Apollo Crews, get a second chance match. This is a fatal 4-way, and the winner will be the last person to be finally in that spot. So who wants more? My money is on Finn Balor. Finn Balor will win and be that 6th man and go to in that chamber for the #1 contendership spot, but we'll find out as more of this progress. And finally, Elias won his triple threat match over Cena and Strowman to earn himself the last spot in the chamber. So Elias will be the last person to wrestle in the chamber and have the advantage over the spot. So because for Elias, as the company is pushing him to bigger and better things, one of their top superstars. So we'll find out more of this. But that ends the Raw report. Let's move on to the SmackDown report. On SmackDown this week, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, SmackDown management, the general manager and commissioner, still at odds with each other. It got completely out of hand where WWE champion AJ Styles came in and got involved and said he don't want them neither in his situation. He wants to do it on himself, but don't get involved in my business. But they can't help themselves. They want to get involved anyway because of the attention over Shane's favoring AJ and Daniel Bryan favoring his newfound allies, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So with those two, it is what it is. But later on the show, we'll tell you what had happened when there. Well, Daniel Bryan made a decision. Daniel Bryan said that AJ must defend his title against both men. Instead of a handicap match, it's going to be a triple threat match. Now, we had learned earlier this week that Shane McMahon injected himself and added, like, if the winner of the Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler match wins, it will be a fatal 4-way at Fastlane. So I'm thinking to myself it's going to be a fatal 5-way at Fastlane. Those AJ, Zayn and Owens and Corbin and Ziggler make it a fatal 5-way. I'm guaranteeing you that this Tuesday, you'll hear the announcement. Charlotte Flair continuing her win streak. She easily defeated the Riot Squad, and she's taking them one by one. She defeated Liv Morgan. Who's next? Ruby Riott or Sarah Logan? We'll find out. The Bludgeon Brothers, easy win, but you can tell they on the head want to be tag team champions, as they had a stare down with the Usos, and quite interesting to know that who's gonna flinch first between these two teams. Well, I think that's it. That ends the SmackDown. Bobby Roode defended his United States Championship against Rusev, and it ended in a no contest after Randy Orton got himself involved, RKO on both men. So, yeah. Okay. And finally, best friends against each other. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. That's why Daniel Bryan came out there and made the match it is. So it's those three guys plus Ziggler and Corbin making the fourth guy, but I'm thinking it'll be a Fatal 5-Way. So that ends SmackDown Ring Report for that week. When we return on the Pro Wrestling Show, we're going to talk about the Hot Topics report, where there's a lot of stuff going on in WWE with their business reports. Many WWE officials are unhappy with the mismatch challenge and Impact with going on with there, and a couple more. This is Pro Wrestling Show. Stay tuned.
America's top supermodel. She taught us how to smile with our eyes. Tyra Banks is a boss in the industry of beauty, fashion, modeling, and entertainment. As the creator and executive producer of American Next Top Model, Tyra Banks paved the way for up-and-coming models. From the age of 15, Tyra revolutionized the modeling world for women of color and evolved the conventional standards of beauty. Woman with a body-yaddy, voluptuous figure, and physique, she brought curves to the mainstream in magazines as the supermodel cover girl of Sports Illustrated, Vogue, and many popular fashion magazines. Banks owned, slayed, and ripped the runway. Tyra Banks is the true definition of beauty, brains, and brawn.
Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host again, Kendra Dix. Let's get to Hot Topics. On Hot Topics this week, we learned that Rey Mysterio is likely want to open the comeback to WWE. The door opening is Rey accepting. I would think Mysterio will make a great fit to come back to WWE. He still got juice left in the tank. He's wrestling in Europe, so who knows if there is. Triple H is reported in charge of the NXT, which means that Triple H will be running. He is running NXT, but he'll be more involved in 205 Live, as Miss McMahon recused himself, going like, hey, there's other stuff going on. But speaking of that, Mr. McMahon reported the business profits, and WWE did quite well on their business profit from merchandise, the network, subscription, and television and revenue. So they looking at WWE Raw and SmackDown as their top shows, and the network grown 1.5 million subscribers, and it's constantly growing. Like every time WrestleMania season come, that's when they start making their moves, and that's when the growth starts happening. So big ups to WWE, and also WWE named George Barrios their chief strategy officer, and Michelle Wilson the chief revenue officer, as the new co-presidents of the company. So they will have more of a bigger role or a larger impact in the company going forward. Jason Jordan underwent surgery after having a nagging neck injury that he couldn't have the feeling grip of his, the grip. So Jason Jordan is likely to be out for a year, but we wish Jason Jordan the best on that. Who else? The Mismatch Challenge. Facebook is liking the challenge, but the number is doing steadily with it, so we don't know how the number is going to do. So who knows? Mismatch Challenge. Many officials are not with the Mismatch Challenge, feeling like the company is trying to do their best, but the numbers are not there. But Facebook going through new regulations and new rules. Shelton Benjamin finds a gun in his rental car. Shelton Benjamin posted out on Twitter that he found a gun, and he was unpleased with the rental service about that. So, hey, it kind of happens. And finally, CM Punk's gonna do his second fight in UFC, so it's gonna be in Chicago. But they trying to figure out find an opponent for him to the fight. So, it is what it is on that. But that ends the hot topics. Let's move on to the Impact Ring Report. On the Impact Ring Report this week, Austin Aries celebrates his second world title reign over Eli Drake in an impromptu match. And next week, Eli Drake invokes his rematch clause and gets one more shot at the Impact World Championship. Can Eli be a two-time champion, or Austin Aries keep the gold coming? We'll find out more. They had a press conference and both men was trying to struggle, so they kind of let you know they're trying to be at odds with each other, which is good. OVE blindsides Lashley, attacks him in the parking lot of all places while he was leaving, and dumps him in the trunk. So it's kind of interesting. When OVE was saying big fish and stuff, they meant Lashley, who was a bigger fish because he's a former world champion and a big mainstay in Impact. Laura Van Ness retains her Knockouts title with newcomer Kiera Hogan, and Hogan had pulled an upset over Van Ness last week, and Hogan unsuccessfully didn't do so this week. And Alice saves Hogan from an attack, so Alice looking to become Knockouts champions real soon if she gets an opportunity. At the end, the main event, Johnny Impact wins, rolls up in EC3, and becomes the new number one contender for the World Championship. Big ups to Johnny Impact. He wants this. I thought Alberto was going to pull it off. I thought EC3 could pull out our Moose. But it came out between these four guys, came out Johnny Impact. Impact won, and he gets a future world title shot against whoever the champion may be, Eli Drake or Austin Aries. So who knows? It could be a possibility. It's endless. Alright, that ends the Impact Ring Report. Now, you know this Pro Wrestling Show used the hashtag PWS. We're on Connect TV. Subscribe to our channel. You won't miss a thing. I'm Kendra Dick saying so long, and I'll see you down the road here on the Pro Wrestling Show.